Today, we talk to the energy sector lead. We now honorable Dr. KKY Yunkela. We go can talk about the thing them we the sector they do for improve light business na the country. For second that I want for welcome now the program. Good morning, Doc, and welcome to the program. Good morning, Salon.
Good morning, 98.1, and the listeners. Good morning.
Some 8 months back, President Bio appointed you for lead the energy sector. From that end to now, what's done happen so far?
Well, a lot done they happen. Number one, President immediately tell me say he want meet all the key players, leaders in the energy sector. So we organize a retreat for him. We go sit down with him, with the Honorable Vice President, Honorable Chief Minister, Minister of Finance. We begin now look the whole sector. So we supply the Como, we look EDSA, we look other things, and so we develop short, medium, and long-term plans, waiting for due targets. Some money then will be immediately need from finance. President give orders and provide them. So you go see say from that ending now, President be want take a full strategic direction for the sector, and at that we don't follow. So a number of things don't happen. We don't begin repair we own machine them. President used the terminology that they did in Pulam. He said one level na push towards energy sovereignty. We for able generate more, we for build generation capacity. While we do that, let we buy cheaper sources of power, but over time, I want to give me a plan we go make we begin, even if it's possible, we said begin sell power to we neighbor then. We become self-sufficient and we sell power to we neighbor then. So we release money, we begin repairs on the machine then. Kim Tom done the work now from January. The Kim Tom may become very useful. We'll get crisis recently, to tell get crisis that Kim Tom generator them useful. We they try for done the Black Road machine then now. We release significant money. We just get balance for pay now. We hope say finance go pay so that then machine then they said will begin work already by August, September. That means a saloon gets in on 25 megawatts na Freetown. We're able to supply Freetown. That's almost 50% of waiting car power they give it. Number two, now see recently we been get a crisis, but we have VATA because part of leadership now for manage crisis. We owe car power, so they been reduced their supply from 50 megawatts to 6 megawatts. We'll not get major blackout. That now because them plan here where President will not begin make we think about ahead of time, we'll be able to mitigate that situation there. So major crisis not be. But what's important? For sure the determination of government, the government of Sierra Leone in totality, we give car power now a 1-year contract, not a 3 or 5-year contract. We should say, we're very clear now, we hate say, in 12 months time, we for rely on we own generation, but also they buy cheaper sources of power.
Okay, and we
number I need for add, okay, we get about 17 the world on, but I don't give some headline. But one of them also very important is that President don't join we twice now with the promote Bumbuna 1 expansion. We want double the capacity of Bumbuna, and within leadership and in direction, we don't get part of the money. We try to get the rest. For let we do that doubling of the capacity of Bumbuna. Bumbuna na we main energy asset na the country. For build land 80 days until you need $1 billion. So we get for take care of them, but we do what we call optimization. We get for optimizing use. So one double that capacity, and inshallah we go able structure that arrangement there for get the full money for doing. We want to give credit to the Minister of Finance and team. We now then lead them in, and we create the opportunity, but now the Minister of Finance and that document they signed last week. In addition, we look at connecting the mines. We don't link up with Africa Finance Corporation, where they look that situation there for we now. Then they work Deputy Minister 1 and Ministry of Finance. They look at how we structure that one day for now connect the mines so that we'll get big company, then we go generate bigger power, supply the mines and supply the rest to the communities. In addition, we'll get a long pipeline of project. Dodo. President send me na Dodo. Now he tell me say go look Dodo. Now another major asset. Now we other hydro assets. That one they save. We get about 5 private sector entities. We want to take over Dodo for expand them from 6 megawatts to 12 megawatts. Finally, as I said, the list book will get a long list. We try to do 50 megawatts. Nakono, Africa 50. That one day again, President Bio play a direct role na me go Paris, na me meet with the CEO of Africa 50, na another Africa Infrastructure Fund. Since then, we don't work with them. They don't send them teams. We don't go corner. We don't look the sites. The chief then don't give them the site with the company where for do the project. Africa 50, now a financial institution. 3 weeks ago, I meet with the same team in South Africa. So that's moving. So we get a long pipeline. In short, like 2 indicators. With the hope, say by end of 2026, we go down triple the supply of power into Freetown. Yeah, we already know, say, one benchmark we president, they watch me for now. First quarter next year, we for supply 52 megawatts additional into Freetown. That is the total amount of supply we cap power for Giwi. So you see a clear plan, but with timelines where they indicate steady progress, and president they check that progress. If delay, he one will tell and why they delay. If we need help, he jump in. Otherwise, he say fine. And no say the plan they move. And his statement to me always, stick to the plan. Stick to the plan.
Okay, with all loans here, you don't explain so saying and then you don't come since when you take up the office as the energy sector lead. How the sector been there? The energy sector where you take over?
The energy sector don't be a sector where always within crisis. Since myself done the 10 months now, we don't get about 3 crises. Because we've not been they do this kind long-term planning enough. We've been they doing, but we've not been they doing enough. Forget a comprehensive plan. Government, all of government join. In this case, again, you hear they talk a lot about the Minister of Finance. You know they did anything without the Minister of Finance. So for we, the strategy was very clear from the beginning. President makes sure that the Minister of Finance now part of the energy planning, because energy touches everything. In the UN, we've been they call it the golden thread that runs through sustainable development, health, education, agriculture, the economy. World Bank don't do a report in last October. They say the biggest constraint on the economy is lack of reliable and affordable power. And they drive everything. Some business then at this storm, then factory. I don't talk to factory owners. 30% or more of them cost. Now for the young generator we get for supply power. So the situation we are meeting an emergency situation. And that one is the determination of president. If you listen to Independent Day statement, he say Union team want address the structural and systemic problems, not a quick fix. So structural. If you not build generation capacity, you know they are available where you need them. If you not invest in improving transmission and distribution, the system they break down. So if you do them quick, you bring generator no more, the wire they're not correct, you will get problem. So now that way they approach it. It's a whole system approach. We want to move from emergency. And by again, I emphasize, showing what we want to add over time, take go 2028 where president they left. We could left this country now with at least a relatively stable power, but not enough. Not enough at all. So you would give again, president they sign what we call the Mission 300 Sierra Leone Energy Compact over about $2.4 billion, where they show the pathway. That is important. I always do emphasize from where they give me this role, that for develop energy system na decades, not to one ten go, it transcend administrations. So one of the key legacies of President Bio go be this energy plan backed by the World Bank, African Development Bank, and a number of other financial institutions, which means on your own administration go add 200 to 300 megawatts. We go be double waiting we meet since independence. Then we left a plan with funding for future administrations for take we to that promised land where would they look for.
Do you know you've been starts when my colleague be asked you for the current situation of the energy in the country? You've been talking about short-term, mid-term and long-term plans them. So take listeners into what's the plan they wanna don't put in place for say we able for get energy as say by 2026 we're gonna able for at least get energy in the country.
So part of we short-term plan was for let we see how we go add this 52 megawatts I mentioned. In fact, it's 62 megawatts. We will be one add from this by the end of this year. Yeah, and if you what's waiting at the sources repair the machines na Kinton, repair the machines na Black Road, na 25 megawatts, and fast track project then we meet predecessor there. Now they mean don't fend that money, now they mean lobby for and with the World Bank for let we make sure say the implementation take place. The implementation may not delay already 1 year. Yeah? So that one then the new thing in Lunge project, which we call respite when a World Bank the financer. That one, for example, new thing at 36 megawatts. You add that 36 to the 25, see the number where you they get. Then the 10 megawatts na Lunge. For fast track that one day, then make sure say the implementation they go on time. That one day we don't push them very, very far. Now that make with confidence say by first quarter next year we'll get her. Number two, we've been get another project for do 40 megawatts, we then call a release, ScarTech release. ScarTech na a Norwegian group, financed by IFC. We've been the hope say if we done all the negotiations with them, that one they said will kick in another 40 megawatts by December. That one they non delay. The negotiations don't take too long. We they go slowly, but so I don't tell president say that one day we they off target. Yeah, this is why you need a plan. We they off target, you for know why. That one day they partly beyond way. You they negotiate with somebody depend on your own speed. But again, that one day with confidence say hopefully by third quarter 2026, so you don't begin push winner into the medium term, then they go can Nant, that gas project where president go do groundbreaking. Then don't assure we. I did with Angola last week. Yeah, then don't assure we. Say December 2026 they'll pump in 50 to 60 megawatts
so
into the system. So you see where would they say they triple the supply into Freetown. We get the numbers, we get the projects, the construction is going on, and it will be delivered.
When you look at them,
then you look the long term. The long term in the Boku project. Now they Bumbuna come in. Now they Kono come in for the 50 megawatts with Africa 50. Then we add Dodo. These are all long term. Yeah, and as a government, where you the plan, you for plan for the future, and that's what we're doing: short term, medium term, long term.
Now, Doc, you don't talk about them projects here, long term, short term, and medium term, but with all the efforts here, complaints still lay for light now, the country. As the energy sector lead, within the current situation, how much megawatts we get now the country across not only Freetown, the major towns, including the capital city, as it stands.
Okay. Complain get for day. As I say, if you not on bill and 40 years, you know they. Yeah, you will be for done they systematically bill for we set. Yeah, if you look since we do Bumbuna, this country not do any major investment of your own money into the energy sector. Remember, go back let you understand the investment planning, public sector investment. Look what this administration do for education. Then decide say for gain about 22% of the budget. That means say you they make a deliberate effort for invest public money into a sector. Then do the same for health. We don't try for do the same for agriculture now. You have to do similar for energy. That hasn't been done for decades. We only rely on donor money. That also we want change. You know, the Minister of Finance in the conversations now with the World Bank and others, they really emphasize that because they don't show we say that the main constraint on the economy. Complain therefore they will not bill over time. And this is the problem where you become addicted also to emergency solutions, which we can call fire brigade solution. With the problem that you bring something quick, but you don't really solve the structural and systemic problem. Which are not mentioned now yet. Because all I don't talk about now generation. I not talk about distribution and managing the utility. When are the new focus? Yeah, because President show now of what we don't do on the generation planning, one we pay close attention now to the utility EDSA. A lot of we investment projects, then long-term project I mentioned to you, not to aid money, now investment. And the investor then they tell you, say, let's look at your utility. We utility now they lost over 60%. Yeah, in some key sectors where we don't study even 70%. Yeah, we started a retreat yesterday with the EDSA board. We continue today. President Wanle will shift we focus to EDSA. We as government, under his leadership, will give them we own KPIs now, key performance indicators. We must reform EDSA, and a lot is happening there. The changes we're doing internally, staffing and so on, management, but also we can establish a single collection account ETSA get boku accounts then, 24 or more. We want to get a single collection account we then don't design over the last 2 years. What is important now? World Bank, President, and say, we want a fast track. We want an operational. Inshallah, that will be operational in 3 months. Yeah? And what in that mean? We go see now all the money where they can inside ETSA. Dashboard the day. Myself, the Ebusian as supervisor. The deputy ministers. If President want, then go to give himself regular updates. Where the money go inside, we get an independent fiduciary agent. An agent with a company where World Bank they can hire, where they determine who that they pay and how they pay and when they pay. Very transparent, because at the moment, ETSA collects about $5 million a month. According to the regulator, we've been together argument there yesterday, it will continue today, then suppose for they collect at least 8 million or more. So for we as government, with the set targets now, how will they enhance revenue collection? We put benchmarks and KPIs that we want ETSA management to achieve. We hope. So we can get a harmonized position with the board. Yeah? And President, very clear to me, and eventually go meet with the board as well and senior management. The same thing we don't do with generation, we give them we own KPIs. On loss reduction, metering, ETSA don't do well. On they don't create now their own metering policy. We get 15 different meters then at the country. Yeah. So I just give you snippets of the reforms, and then we can privatize part of ETSA. So a private company by early Q1 next year, they take over part of the commercial operations of ETSA. This is provided they're not afraid when they see all the debts and everything where ETSA get. So hopefully next year Q1, the commercial, the metering, the revenue collection, all of them, and they will now be handled by an international private company where they partner with ETSA.
Which change this could bring to the energy sector?
This suppose ETSA so crucial. Yeah, ETSA so crucial to the whole arrangement what we get. Private sector will not come here if you can't pay them. Yeah, you have to pay them. The energy what they buy from we neighbor there, Cote d'Ivoire and Guinea, we're cheaper. We get for pay them. If possible, they now like we they sell rest. If you sell rest or pamai, if you sell the rest, now you they make profit. If you sell the pamai, now you they make profit. But if the possible they supply you the rest and pamai, you know they pay. Why go continue for supply you? And the possible they pay you matter. That's why ETSA matters. Yeah? We don't go fend the investor there now, then ready for car. If they're not convinced, say, ETSA go able to pay them. This is why we must be more aggressive, more intrusive. So these conversations, then what we don't begin with the ETSA board yesterday, will continue. So we get a common agenda. We as government, we have the responsibility, that's our job, to set targets that we want to see achieved. We will ask the board and the management, can you achieve them? We have a conversation. What will it take to achieve them? Now, so we don't use management. We mean at the CEO, that's how we manage. At the beginning of the year, we do a retreat. We set our targets. And every company will tell you, say, now that they do. Whether now you sales targets, your profit targets, your revenue targets, and so on. Then you manage your cost of operations. You invest in your business to achieve your targets. Now that conversation, then our president don't tell me, say, generation is set, I know how they go. Now I want to see what you go do now with the reform of ETSA. Okay, it will be aggressive, it will be intrusive, but it will be collaborative. We hope we can have collaboration with the board and the management, because we will drive change from the top on behalf of the president.
Okay, Doc, with all the reforms that I don't talk, so I don't do na ETSA and safe the retreat, so I go continue today with the ETSA management. This therefore reflects na the ordinary customer, because for example the tariff, if you go buy like 100,000, you go get 18 Leone, say no, and plenty people don't the grace concern say then they buy top up high where you go put in low and in order to say. So in that area they will not get any plan for more reforms say reflect to the customers.
Yes,
then.
Indeed. Now that make the like our customer then they complain the boku. This is why ETSA yesterday we been talking about the sense of urgency. Yeah, we get a shared sense of urgency for the customers, the problem them boku. So it means say we in ETSA, we the political leadership and the management of ETSA for appreciate that. say the people then want to see significant change. For me and the EDSA board, and that's my message to the EDSA board, we don't do 10 months. Yeah, in 2 months we don't do 1 year. We for don't able to assess now, and we for don't know certain ambitious target they work for set, and we drive towards that. Yeah, because the customer they want to see change in service. So me believe say we able to do them. I'm very convinced. Waiting we don't know, we can ask Liberia. I give you a simple so we get for digitalize more, so that when you pay your money efficiently, it recorded na EDSA, then see you top up kind side. Yeah, you self no say yes, because the system they work properly, you they get the right service. Then thing they we get for push and fast. Yeah, and some of them thing and they can't work on now. Lower tariffs, I can't promise that yet. You will only get lower tariffs if you also get lower supply sources. This not why the transition from higher cost, the highest cost today, now car power, they don't do well for we eight years. Very well. But as a nation, you get for be ambitious, say you want to grow out of that. We know say cheaper sources than they. Some solar project for KKY for be 9 cents. That's much less than 22. We they buy from Guinea, we add everything together, it will come to about 17 cents. That's way less than 22. If you do hydro, Bumbuna and Dodo, you go do 5 cents, 7 cents. That average, if you average them out from all your sources, because you go always need what we call the HFO and fossil and gas sources, but when you average them out, the tariff will go down. Inshallah, if we able to achieve some of president in target there, sometimes way they left now and gift down there. But if you're not able, what you go tell the nation is, me success or by this date, if we lower on a tariff, what you do? Now in the president don't lay the foundation. Remember saying now the Minister of Energy, it go don't lay the foundation for others. What is important in anything when we talk about growth? It's the trajectory. So we go there on a path for achieve that one day at a given time.
So now we look at them projects that you don't mention. Plenty projects them. You mentioned the African 50 now corner. And also but we see another talk around about Big Congo. How similar the 50 African 50 and the Big Congo projects they na corner. And also we see you this BNTM na Kamakwe again. You say about the African 50 again.
Skatek in Kamakwe.
Okay. Also we get the Kabbalah Light project.
Yes.
We get the Kono we get the Cambia Light project. Yeah. What now the status of them projects as we talk?
Yes, a good segue into the rest of the country, because also we talk about Freetown. Sierra Leone is more than Freetown. Again, 2 years ago, my predecessors and the president then launched these 7 towns projects. 4 of them operational now: Bonth, Moyamba, Pujeon, Kailaon. The other 3 they struggle. Matrujon project, the contractor no don't do well yet, and we go can see if you're not able, we go get for terminate them, because it don't take too long, even go fight. We don't begin that conversation there with His Excellency for let we take the hard decision. Cambia and Kabbalah almost finished. We get a final payment of 400,000, where we the hope say Ministry of Finance go able pay for let we done them, because the danger now is if them project then they Cambia and Kabbalah sit down, then they vandalize them, because no current no they in the line. And if they sit down too long, the generators themselves they begin poor. We experienced that one day in one project now in Abo Kenema, when the system then sit down, the transformer then sit down over 2 years, where we switched them on 2 months ago. President forgot commissioner, so we say, "Oh, test them." 8 of them fire out of 16, because why? The liquid inside the transformer did not begin solidify. The consistency change. So the longer the projects delay for implementation. So we're very hopeful that if we release the funds, the $400,000 where we need for Cambia and Kabbalah, this year we will go down for connect them. In addition, the World Bank recently under ESLIP don't approve additional funding for let Kabbalah connect to CLSG, Puja himself collect to CLSG, I think Kaila himself. About 4 locations, World Bank don't release that money. In addition, we don't get this money with the European Union, where they can do additional mini grids, about 60 mini grids. We'll start with 10 now, this year. Yeah, this they show say with President BO in vision, we leave no one behind. Yeah,
Okay.
we want to do the mini grids community-based. We go connect to the agricultural production, health centers, and so on. In addition, the Minister of Health, in fact, the Minister of Health, I think, is the co-Minister of Energy, because it don't solarize hospitals across the country. Again, showing that nexus, energy and health service delivery. About 300 to 400 hospitals. The Minister of Education, same, about 300 to 400 schools. Now, World Bank, they add additional resources for finance them project. You know, say recently, Minister of Health and Minister of and the Vice President, then don't go inaugurate the 1 megawatts na Connaught. Waiting with the dream, waiting President don't ask me for do. I don't know say how they go spend the money yet. Is it can they? So why would I not do the same for them barracks? Why would I not do the same for some other major installations? Yeah, but I also drop one hint now. Yeah? Today with we conversation with EDSA board, we also want to set a date where all ministries now they on prepaid, just like Liberia, where we tell President, because the Liberian minister visit we, all the government installations, all day on prepaid, and guess what? Then they pay. We right now, they know they pay. Yeah, they know the budgets, they know they pay. But we'll give you a date. So all them permanent secretary go ready now, we'll go put the meter there inside. If we connect that one day there and we collect with money, now $500,000 to $600,000 every month. Just do the math by the end of the year. It's a lot of money. It's a lot of revenues. So we begin with we self, government, they'll go to citizens now. We customers, improve their meters, then pay on time, then get in service. Illegal connections, we don't set up a special court. We set up a special police task force.
We'll come back, you can talk on anything they don't put in place for bringing reform now the energy sector.
The program Good Morning Salute continue. It comes to you from 98.1 FM, and we really bring this edition. Musa Kamara na minim.
And my name na Yeno Kabia.
We still get the energy sector lead, Honorable Dr. KKY Yumkela. We there for talk about the strive them, we the sector they do for improve light business the country. Earlier you don't they talk about the different sources of energy, but this BNTM we see you get a negotiation with Guinea governments for get lights from Guinea. How much megawatts will they get from Guinea, and what are the status of the arrangements?
We get between 10 to 20 megawatts from Guinea. Now that we negotiate and then do well for some days, and they give it 20. The last week, then they give it 15. This brand new. This not been there before. And why we able to do them again? Now that they say if you not bill them, you know the leader.
So the operation don't start already.
It don't start already. Guinea, we want to tell the Guinean government thank you. Then begin supply we power even though we not even done all the paperwork. This is not the sign of solidarity. Yeah. And why it happen again? Even the moments are teachable moments. We able to get that supply from Guinea because Transco finished that interconnection late last year between KKY and Guinea. Yeah, they mean they work on it. It takes time. Then done and then test them. So in the planning with President, we know say that line they don't exist. We've been done send teams then go late last year around November for begin negotiate. Yeah, with Guinea. So when this crisis meet it's been very easy now because a lot of foundation the way we lay from November last year to now. And then generosity. Then say need power. But because then say rainy season and they get surplus, then they sell to Liberia, Burkina Faso, Guinea-Bissau, and Gambia.
So beside this Guinea like the supply, Freetown or
most of them they can Freetown. Yeah, most of them they can Freetown, straight to Freetown. Already Makeni they get from Bumbuna, yeah, Makeni and Magboka, yeah. Then from that Transco line, they drop some from Cote d'Ivoire, Kenema and Bo. So like the KKY Guinea, would they send most of them to Freetown.
What about this Ivory Coast?
Ivory Coast, now I don't say so. Ivory Coast, they owe them plenty money. Yeah,
how much megawatts do they get from Ivory Coast as it starts?
We supposed to get 27 megawatts, then drop to 7 for over a year and a half. Now 7 no more than they give because we're not able to pay them. Yeah. Around March, we send beaucoup delegations for Berlin. We pay them some advance money. They increase until 15 megawatts by February, March. Then with president intervention again, when we really been there bad, April, May, they increase them up to 20. Yeah, but again, all the one year now that's where they look again, we come back. What do the analogy of selling rice? You must pay your supplier for leg you more. This is why we dey get into the finances of ETSA. We want to see how then they manage their resources, because we get for pay all the sources here now, plus also we get for maintain we own equipment and hire, which means ETSA for be liquid, which means you, the customer with the big owner, you for pay your bills, the illegal connection there, we get for come, we don't let's talk about that one day now, yeah. There's a lot of energy theft. Significant amount of energy theft. Yeah. So waiting at the solution. We don't look waiting Gambia do. We don't look waiting Liberia do. Cote d'Ivoire. Now we own neighbor there. We know they go Europe for go check. We check which we neighbor then do for deal with that one day. So we don't create a special court. We want to thank the Chief Justice and in team for working with ETSA board and management. These credits go to ETSA for set up that court. ETSA also don't talk to IG. Where they take some retired police, where they can set up a task force where they go around with technicians then for look illegal connections.
Okay.
Yeah, but remember, I don't predicate this say with the start force with we own government. Yeah, with government buildings, we transition them to prepaid. Then we go to public now. And yes, just like how Liberia do, Liberia reduced the theft and losses by 30% in 2 years. We will drive the same agenda here. And the ETSA, I want to give them credit. Now they don't set up some of them mechanism here with the government now for back them.
So Doctor, we look at, you say Salonge for pay Ivory Coast plenty money, usually or normally then for supply we at least 27 megawatts, but then they supply 7 now. How much are this copper with Salon own Ivory Coast?
As of last check, we've been owed $25 million.
$24 million.
Yeah.
Any plan for pay this?
Yes, we discuss with friends, the World Bank and the Ministry of Finance, for help we for pay, because we want to maintain that relationship. Let people they understand, because some mango they say, why then for go buy other side? Now general team where they go around the world. Me I've been they live in Europe, Central Europe, now Austria, they Middle Europe. Would they buy power from Czech Republic? Would they buy power from Germany? When Austria get access, then sell and give them. Now the same with Africa. That plan they done there for 40, 50 years. So you get the West Africa power pool. Now that make them build a line between Guinea, Cote d'Ivoire, Salone, and Liberia. Right now, Cote d'Ivoire they supply and they supply Burkina Faso, Mali, and something they can send up na Senegal. Then get another interconnection. Yeah, Ghana they do the same. The reason is every country get different resource for energy. Some get cheap one, some get expensive one. Cote d'Ivoire get beaucoup gas, they don't discover another gas field. So, but we self, God give we plenty water. This na that make big Congo, 140 megawatts. In fact, Deputy Minister go Kono for we yesterday. We try with a company now for drive big Congo. Now the biggest, 140 megawatts. If we get that one day, again coming back to your question, we go able lower tariff, hydro cheap. But if we get Pasmac, we sell Guinea. Because Guinea, they do well for we. Cote d'Ivoire, they do well for we. They self need a lot of their energy. Guinea, by the time them mining open in a couple of years, what they call Sumondo, they're not able to sell the way again because they need more power for smelt than bauxite and the iron ore. Okay. So we now want be, now that's not president in vision. Because of USA we sit down under CLSG, president in vision is, if he not get the time for that, but they left the plan for his successor there, for encourage private sector for Kaya, let we sell Cote d'Ivoire and Guinea. More jobs, more foreign exchange earnings. It's like we they export cocoa and coffee. We want to export electricity.
We don't talk about the different source them and how we don't get lights. We see government, we get lights from car power ship, where government be sign agreements with. Through you some time back, we've been saying government been say they not go sign again another contract with car power ship because of the different things that don't put in place, the Guinea lights and other one them. Later back we see press release come up from the ministry and it will be interview. We plan a 98.1. So I say una don't get 1 year contract back with car power ship for gay lights. Listeners they want go and know waiting at the back and forth, we come up from them, then we come back to them, they give you one, they give you lights back.
No, you need correction.
Okay.
We not talk say we not they sign with them. We been get issue with them. We not able to pay them, so they reduce from 50 to 6. That was the issue.
Okay.
And if you reduce from 50 to 6, blackouts been for can not also beaucoup. But we put things in place already, beaucoup blackouts no can. But again, if you listen to what we say, when we inform the public say on our radio, blackouts get for camp, Yeah, we say don't begin negotiate for a 1-year contract. Yeah, if you go back to that video, very carefully chosen words. So we continue the conversation during the crisis period, and we continue and we arrive at the conclusion, say 1 year.
So doing this thing, how we don't put anything in place for system able for pay car powership?
Yes, we don't. We are part of the negotiation. The way we do, Ministry of Finance join we. For now, the debt they owe them now a sovereign debt.
Almost we talk about now.
We talk roughly about $70 million. Yeah, now sovereign debt where we go try for pay over 24 months. Yeah, through the Ministry of Finance. Yeah, but again, what does that show you? Now, like we they do suffer posh. I think that young man and young woman can call her. You they ride inside Mercedes, but you know able to afford them. The fuel they kill you. You know they eat in house. So we want change that one. That make we limit her now to 1 year, so that we not go accumulate more debts. We go to cheaper sources of energy, and we go build we own capacity internally.
So this 1 year contract where government don't sign with car powership. Now almost megawatts then they support.
Now we don't limit until 25 during the rainy season, 45 during the dry season.
After this 1 year contract, what we get for see with happen to the car powership projects Nasalo?
We want at least what we know. 1 year means a 1 year. Yeah, that's terminal. That give we all there and we opportunity for transition. So now that make you see we very determined, say by first quarter next year, 3 months before the contract they done, we don't add that 52 megawatts. This is why finishing the repairs of Blackwell Road critical. This is why getting we respite projects in place critical. This is why paying our neighbors is critical. So that yes, that transition there we stick to president in directive that 1 year is 1 year.
So after the 1 year, we'll get for see car powership left this country.
By the grace of God. After 1 year, this country don't stop emergency power.
So we not going to see government go back to car powership, say let we sign another 1 year or 6 months or any contract back with car powership.
The plan is very clear, and we get all things in place for make sure say this country, July next year, we are no longer on emergency power. No longer.
Any plans or any figure they will not earmark in terms of megawatts we the country want achieve by the intended day?
Well, in a good question you ask. So let me tell you and let people understand why we for taken serious, why every government like waiting being a Ghana, Kenya, every government for no say we for build capacity, we for continue for improve the system. Freetown right now, we need about 130 megawatts. The best we can do inside Freetown now between 70, 74, 75. The best. Then a half of the game. Right now, over the last 5 years, with the support of World Bank, we don't connect Sussex. With the finished connection of Waterloo. Right now, it's again 40,000 meters we for connect. The moment we connect that, then demand don't increase. 1 or 2 customers now Waterloo already. Then no more. 1 customer, they will need 2 to 3 megawatts in 1 grain. In fact, 3. What am I saying? With the project say the demand of Freetown alone will go almost 200 megawatts in the next 3 to 4 years. So you must keep building capacity. You must keep improving it. Almost all we transformer in a Freetown overloaded. Some could blow up. This is a serious business. Very complicated. Now that make President Bio talk about systems, structures and systems. Building new structures, improving systems, building better systems. And again you see the centrality of a well-functioning utility of EDSA. We have to make EDSA work well. Collect revenues, invest in O&M, improvements in services, customer service, very crucial. Otherwise this whole system they collapse back.
Doc, you don't talk about the long and short-term plans, but one thing you mentioned now the issue of the MCC, and when the MCC agreement been signed, they say for electricity, but to not hear you mention and why the MCC not be part of the electricity plan as it stands now.
It's still there. It's still there. We lobby as much as we can with many other countries from Asia to Africa. We lobby heavily in Washington for law saves on that money. Now big issue, eh? You're talking almost $500 million with them for invest, and most of them been for go into transmission and in fact all of them distribution and transmission because they mean take out the generation project. For sure you say 12 years from APC to SLPP, we study the energy sector. We see how the problem big inside transmission and distribution. Now $500 million will be in the try for it. All the government they may want investing and plus the Americans. That's how serious this issue is. Now that make not a quick fix. Yeah. So we dey still lobby for get that money, even for do the Southern Corridor transmission line. Yeah. Then even for put a lot of money into EDSA for let we get a repair center for letting able repair them transformers, basic repairs and maintenance. They mean for build also a dispatch center. We go make we see all the supply of energy with the car inside the country, we balance and which side the demand then high. So we need that money. So which we don't do, now that makes some of them projects and they will don't shift her under this new compact. The Mission 300 compact, we president don't lobby for, we don't able design them for them. Now Salomon and design them within 6 months. The Minister of Finance and me now we chair that committee day with we own Salon people, backed by the World Bank, ADB and others. We president go sign later this year. So we don't develop a plan B. In case we not get that money, we'll get a new compact now, but also we try to bring private sector in for pickups on them project them we MCC been for do in case we not get the money.
Now
that part of the long term.
Now and away from the MCC, we see this BNTM wanna sign an agreement na Angola about the $150 million liquefied natural gas investment na Salon.
Yeah.
What in this investment about and
Yes.
how important to the energy sector?
Yes, this is new. We already get a gas powered plant project where they go on NANT. We say if it don't take 12 years, so again it transcends governments. That plant they start for use liquefied petroleum gas LPG, but they want transition to LNG over time. So then get for buy LNG anyway. So we use that argument with the Americans for say, look, we go the offtake, they demand more LNG, but why you not make Sierra Leone a hub for all of West Africa? So American gas go Canada, we supply Guinea, Liberia. Again, jobs and wealth creation within our economy. So it could be a major transshipment hub for LNG.
So now the US they count the gas, not
Now
the Salon
US
get the gas.
The US get the gas.
What about the 80 cubic trillion we then say Salon discover?
Well, I don't know the petroleum issues in Salon. I mean, they pay attention to that years ago. But the fact is, yes, we get reserves. Waiting maybe no at that time, deep sea. Yeah, then they further out in the Atlantic. And we know say the government frantically, they look for investments for let people can invest in that. Technology don't advance. Brazil, for example, gets similar deep sea oil. We then able to tap. So we look now say since technology don't advance, so time don't reach for let we set tap down there. We go see. Then thing is not to charity and not to aid. Now investment. The company, international oil companies foresee say profitable and commercially viable.
Doc, the MCC compact now one way plenty Salon people being glad for, and more especially when plenty for that couple for going to the energy sector. You dey act as the energy sector lead, you say Salon is still a lobby. For the ordinary people where they out there, waiting at the current status of that compact day.
Well, the Americans, as of 2 weeks ago, who meet the Angola, where they talk, then say hope still they say they can save some the money. Yeah, so we'll still get some the money, but now hope. Yeah, and the political decision therefore take place. We will not get no control over. So waiting with strategy with president. The strategy is keep hope alive, but have a plan B, and we get a plan B.
Doc, also this in May 2024, we see a U.S. Development Finance Corporation announce $412 million power plants through the 2 million Energy and TCQ Power Limited. We then double as the Western Area Power Generation Project. What are the status of this project now? We the president will launch sometime June.
Yeah.
Na Kisi.
So now they talk about we area talk about gas to energy projects. Now that project there they talk about the construction they go on now on schedule. Yeah, then don't assure me say by December 2026 then we'll supply with 50 to 60 megawatts phase 1 already. By 2027 and 2027 phase 2 go down there in, so we'll get over 100 megawatts. So that's all part of the long-term plan. It's going very well. In fact, That deal structuring, what we can call now business deal structuring, was so good. Then win an award now UK for the way we will structure them, because every investment of that size, over $400 million, get risk. The way they do the risk mitigation. And that one day they help we now for markets around the world say salon open for energy business. Because for there, then take that risk, put that amount of money in here. At this time, it shows as the business environment is conducive for attract more.
You in any way aware of any infinitum light project?
Yes, I am fully aware of it.
How you can describe that project? Because plenty argument in there about them. Some say it's good, some get issue with it.
That project is an interesting project. I come across 2 years ago in New York, where then go meet president. Since then, Mrs. don't help before I even kind of the ministry for help them for get meetings and for facilitate that project. But there are technical issues with the project, and you have to understand, say at least we're in the sector now. Yeah, we know the sector well, and anything we you bring to win a one benchmark against international standards and we own regional standards. So even tariff, if you tell me say you they can't do hydro projects for we, then you tell me say you they sell the power to the government 15 cents and they tell you forget out. Waiting though, because international standards are not waiting the pricing for me. So there are other technical parameters where we team them they look now, we make them they question the viability of that project. It they up to the developer now for work with our own technical teams and look them parameters and they
but
again.
Now one project where the deputy minister of energy gets issue with.
Not to the deputy minister get issue with them. You see, people they misrepresent, and I tell the one of the key investors there in that project see me in South Africa. Yeah, after we don't present with project come meet me. Now I say, look, you don't try to politicize your project. If your technical parameters are good, we'll accept it. If they're not, we will reject it. We will look, who's are you to get your waste from? Whether the volume of the waste where you say you the project for use now that project available. Na me self, me Kande Yumkela, call Mayor Akisoya. I say this group they don't really they try 3 years for do this project. They're interested in the waste collection at Freetown because they want to use as feedstock. Can you meet with them? She graciously agreed. Yeah? So there's an issue for let we know whose side the waste supply will come up. Number 2, there's an issue with the tariff. This is important. As I said, with the benchmark against international standards, there is also an issue with the carbon credits. How do we distribute the revenues from the carbon credits? These now issue them, and Boku don't see when in Canada we offices now that we know they just gladdy for jump and projects. We have to look at the technical parameters, benchmark them. So yeah, then can continue the conversation with technical team. But what is wrong is trying to politicize. You can't bully us into taking a project. We don't reject other bigger projects because there is a plan. And one of the things they will get for land now, what Asian countries do, when they have a plan of where they want to go, they don't allow distraction. Okay. Because when you deviate from your plan, it will delay the longer term outcomes. So yes, we look. In fact, we tend to tell people, they say, we don't want more proposals. Because there's so much we have, offers we have now. We go for balance and we go for make sure, say, it's able to pay in the end of the day. Because a lot of them projects here now, take or pay. Once you build the plant, you for begin pay now for that power way they say they supply you, even if you're not able to take her. We're very cautious.
So continue
for one bill at Ghana.
Mini program Good Morning Salon they continue. They come to you from 98.1 FM and do not only send on text messages them on the number 077981981. Also our Facebook page turn out for look at messages them we una don't they send inside the program. The very first one we had to take now from Samuel. They say okay, this now from Joseph Josan on Facebook page. They say all these releases from World Bank and EU are loans or grants because the funds coming in a lot and some contractors you said are slow in their contracts.
This one from Samuel Tiboka on Facebook page. They say, can Doc talk about the KKY electrification project? Recently, many poles were destroyed by a storm. What is the next step about this?
This one say, Dr. Kande, what about the EU and UNOPS funded project for electrify 9 rural communities in Sierra Leone? May community Fogo village been there among the 9 communities, but up till now, nothing not happened. Tell we more about this project from Abu Bakar Sise na Fogo village, Western Rural.
From Abubakar Bangu on our Facebook page, they say, "Good morning, Radio Democracy. Do you know that some parts of the whole community do not have connection for light? It's a shame to know that Waterloo has light while the developed community is still suffering with continuous blackouts. Hope the government will consider us in their short-term plan."
This one say the energy sector is a difficult one. Dr. Kande Koleyumkela, why you decide to take up this job at this moment?
Well, the final one where they read now, they say the talk we una say after 1 year we started doing a campaign about electrification project. Talk done too much. We need for see reality on the ground.
This one say Kailaun will not get light in Kailaun town. And the last one for me for now, they say, Honorable, how about the 10 megawatt solar project na Lungi? Is it work in progress now? What's the duration? We are relying on 1 in 1 out of electricity supply. Remember, Lungi is the face of Sierra Leone from Trump Namahera Lungi. Doc with their messages.
Lungi they on track. Lungi they on track. But again, now part of that first quarter, the company TBA don't assure me, say yes, Lungi they on track. Then they get in 10 megawatt solar with battery storage first quarter next year. The one from Kailan, we take note. I'll go check in our office whether a fuel problem within a go on. So I hope so many people then they listen. Devil, they don't tell why they rebutter, they don't send some them message, then they told with team. Low go check. Because I think say they're supposed for DAPE and the World Bank Eastleigh project connection. But I go check. A good one they send the information here. With cities in Ada will encourage you now. So when I see problem when I send to we, because we they try for set up now, waiting EDSA they try for do for set up a decentralized customer response system. So we'll get one na Eastern, we'll get one na Extreme West around then Godrich area, so then go respond quickly. But Devololo will go check. Don't tell why they already complain. On the EU project, yes, we begin implementation. The first 10 locations out of 60, and then next year we ramp up. So now patience with we posting the give money, get conditionalities, you get in and we get for do. Yes, some of the money then we World Bank then get for giveaways on then a concessionary finance now low interest rates. Most countries they use them, but what's important now for we leverage private capital. Yeah, you use on that money they for attract. So this new program self plan we don't develop with the World Bank and others. Half of them, more than half of them, we want bring in private investment, but you need public investment for leverage private investment. So we work on all them fronts. Then we very confident say the plan then solid. As president says, stick to the plan. Don't listen to the noise. So we work small. When I go begin see, we go take journalists and go on project sites. Again, I want to emphasize to people them we get for the informal now, because again, what I want left here with now for say energy transition a long process, decades. If you know, you know go hold that government accountable. And so then projects here where President Bio don't begin now go last beyond a young term.
Why you decide for take this job at the moment?
This is a very difficult job. President called me. He said, "Kande, na this I want let you do now." Now I say, "Hey, Mr. President, I say, this is Tranga on a bad name." Now I say, "Yes, but you do." He said, "I know." He said, "And na me and you did one." So he's the minister, yeah, he the whole and force, because we get that understanding. The job so difficult that we need in brain, in your experience, and plenty tended with the drawing, the vice president, the chief minister. But together with the Minister of Finance, you cannot solve these problems without full collaboration of the Ministry of Finance. Then bank, then they talk to energy minister. You will go present, but then they go back to the finance minister, because it's about financing and it's about payments. Okay. So at any point in time, any of we already for step forward, not for comfortable jobs, now for solve problems. My own career na problem solving. And this na field where I know very, very well, and we get the international networks to solve the problems.
As sure Salon people say, you and your team go solve Salon light problem?
They are sure Salon people then say with President Bio, because remember now they lead the team, now in a minister, would they put this country on a pathway? Sometimes they can say runway, sometimes this trajectory towards sustainable, reliable energy. We go continue beyond we own administration and we own tenure.
Doc, would round up this program now, and quick one. We don't see plenty talks down there around. We don't see. Don't nobody not come out it and say in one B flag bearer for the SLPP. or one contest any position, but your name don't they come up as one of the people.
Really?
One
I
of the
know.
flag bearer.
I know.
You get an intention.
You know, I'm so busy with electricity as light out no more the KKY heads. So every day now that's me hate day for. I'm not been the year reset. So lad don't president be in job for.
As my colleague say, name don't they come up, or don't they say, don't they put to say they part of the EBEMA team.
Oh really?
Yes.
When me again.
When the first lady there.
Wow, really? Hey. When I tell people they say right now KKY President Bio get targets there.
Okay.
I know for other minister there or other sector leads. We need to check every 3 months can they how this project, because we own project in a physical projects, and now we don't tell me say watch ETSA. Now the same way they go do me, they go give me dates where certain thing for don't be
Okay.
ETSA. So let's concentrate on that.
So you know they pay attention to press. You don't get the ambition at all.
I know they pay attention too much to the,
Okay.
to the noise.
You know
President Bio any time say
you know
no
get-
listen to the
you
noise,
don't get
focus on the
You
job.
don't get ambition at all.
My ambition now for let we make sure say we lay that foundation where yes you picking. You say may I dey enjoy cold water 24 hours.
Okay, Doc, let's engage in the program.
bless you.
In the energy sector lead, in name na Dr. Kande Koleyum-Kela. We be the program, so they give you updates about the current energy situation at the country and save the team where government don't put in place for address the plenty energy challenge. Plenty thank you for joining the program.
Thank you.